everyone, Enrique here. Welcome to another review. This time I'm reviewing Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 2, The Passenger. Now, this is following from the first episode of Season 2, and it's following Mando into another adventure in another quest that he has to do in order to find a Jedi for the child and figure out what to do next. So, yeah. And before you ask me, yes, I heard the news about Kathleen Kennedy's departure from Lucasfilms. She's no longer in control of the Star Wars franchise. And if you expect me to say something about it, well, you're gonna have to stay tuned, as I'm going to dedicate a month to a certain movies that deserve to be talked about. But for now, I want to focus on this episode and what I learned from it and what I could actually give my thoughts on, so I can at least prepare myself for the month that I'm about to embark myself on March. So stay tuned. Regardless, let's take a look. In the episode, we focus on Mando still trying to recover the Mandalorian armor that he recovered from Cub Band. And after being attacked by a couple of smugglers who wanted to steal his stuff and injure the child, he manages to dispose of them, but he doesn't know what to do next. He doesn't know where to go. So he has a quest that he has to deliver a frog mother who carries a lot of children in her tube, in her backpack tube. It's hard to say. Regardless, Mando takes her in order because she knows that her husband has information about Mandalorians in another planet. So they embark in a quest only to be stranded into a frozen planet. I think it's hot. And we see a lot of issues and a lot of problems while trying to stay alive into the frozen planet. But yeah, it's basically seeing Mando once again trying to deliver the mission as much as he can. The only problem is that his ship gets sieged by Republic X-Wings, which one of them is piloted by a certain character that we are going to see pop up, not just in this series, but in other Star Wars series. So, before I get into that, let's talk about what I could gather. The episode is almost like a creature feature episode in which we see Mando surviving into the cold while also facing a horrible and disturbing creature like a spider thing that can walk and can spawn babies. It's basically like Aliens, only it's a lot more yucky with the little spiders in the frozen planet. But yeah, it grabs the attention. It also helps us understand how Mando is getting desperate to accomplish his missions, how he tries to get into the good side of the mother who is trying to get her babies on time. And yeah, we see a lot of parallels, how both parents are just trying to protect their own no matter what. That is the story of this episode and for Mando. He's getting a little annoying, upset that the child is still eating the woman's eggs. I mean, I know that's not necessarily genocide, but still, and I know that the kid is hungry, but still, Jesus Christ. The running joke of this episode is how the child keeps eating a frozen egg from the backpack tube of the mother, and it's just ridiculous, and at the same time it makes Mando feel a little bit desperate because he knows that this is something that he is getting a lot of problems, and he just wants to get the job done, but he doesn't know how. And at the same time, he has to deal with the child's meddling and how the child ends up waking up the spiders. It's just ridiculous, but it's part of the process, and it's part of raising a youngling as that one as well. So yeah, the stories of Mando and the Frog Lady can intertwine in some ways, And yeah, I found it amusing in some places. What I really enjoy about this episode is the special effects and the production design. You can see that Mando is going from one planet to another, and you see the contrast between Tatooine and I presume Hoth, and I see how cold it is. You feel that the environment is very frozen, very deadly frozen. You get the palpable tension on how to repair the ship when it's being sieged by the X-Wings. The production design on the Frog Mother is outstanding. It's not just computer animated. They use prosthetics to create the illusion that that woman is really there. The only time we see very CG characters in this is with the spider, the giant frozen spider who attacks our heroes and has an army of little spiders that it's attacking and is trying to get our heroes. And it's just yucky and disgusting, but that's part of the course, and that's part of what I enjoyed about this episode. And yeah, there is a lot of fun into seeing how the character is trying to avoid this. In many respects, it does resemble aliens for a couple of reasons. You know, the tension of seeing a creature that you haven't seen before, how it has an army of its own, how it can enter the ship and is invading everything. The only thing that we don't see is someone dying, which is good, because it's honestly, it would have been a downer and it would have been freaking scary, but that's part of the course. I enjoy how they handle the spiders, how they were a threat, and it was good to see how Mando had to deal with it, as well as dealing with the mother and the child who's keep eating the mother's frozen eggs. Really hilarious. Yeah, not much to say about it. The episode, like I said, is a continuation of the last one. It's almost like in between episodes, like a bottle one. We don't see many stars. We do get the return of a voice actor. In this case, we see the return of the robot bounty hunter from the first season in episode 6. The android, Q90, is voiced by Richard Ayoade, who is a very famous British actor and British comedian. And he doesn't do much. He's actually serving as the voice that the mother uses in order to communicate with Mando. So he's basically being used as a translator. But I do enjoy that the mother is using that robot voice in order to tell Mando that he has a job and trying to make him enter into reason and trying to pushing him a little into repairing the ship, because she's afraid of losing her children. And that is understandable considering how the environment can be very cold and unforgiving. We also get a lot of hilarious scenes at the beginning by Emi Serratis as Peli Moto, and yeah, there's a reason why she appears often enough in the series, because she brings a lot of comedy and ground level to the Star Wars universe, especially for Mando, because she's, you know, giving him a lot of hardships, but also giving him a lot of heart and a lot of helping hand. And she's just awesome. Emi Serratis really is a treasure in this series, and I hope we see her again. Regardless of that, I enjoyed the episode. I still found it interesting and intriguing in some places. It's nothing special to write home about, but it's definitely something that allows us to see how the environment that our heroes are in can be threatening, and how one planet can provide one dangerous creature, and that is important to understand. But nothing much to say about this episode, and yeah, if you want to see it, I highly recommend it. And next week is going to be Peacemaker again, so until then, I'm Ben Enrique, and I'll see you next time. Peace.